All right. Hello everyone, my name is Silas Nasita. I started playing pickleball about a year ago and have I dove right into it. Started taking it seriously about a year ago and I just had so much fun. I think my favorite part about it is just the community, getting to meet all these different people that I wouldn't have met before. Decided I was gonna make pickleball content and I really enjoyed that. By the way, got this pickle guy in the mail today. Tell me what you think. Today I want to talk about the titanium NEONIC Flow Swift.
How's the new paddle?
I like the paddle so far. What I love about it is the drive.
Yeah, you've hit some good drives for sure.
My drop isn't the best right now.
This thing right here. So NEONIC, for those that don't know NEONIC, they also make what is called the Flare Prime X, this paddle right here. This has been my go-to paddle for about the last 9 months. It was introduced to me by my good friend Justin Barton from Pickleball, etc. NEONIC is a brand. I think they're out of California. Two guys started this company, I think 3 or 4 years ago. They got a great mission, all about community, but they make some really, really good paddles. And so far, this paddle is my go-to. I'm gonna play with this paddle anytime I'm taking things seriously, and if I'm trying to win, love it. But I'm gonna review this one. So NEONIC sent me this paddle. Shout out to NEONIC, the Flow Swift. Big difference between these two paddles. This one's much more power. The NEONIC Flow Swift is spin and control. It's a very spin and control paddle.
So Justin, tell me really quick, what should I think about when I'm playing with this?
You should try your best to not think. That's when you play the best.
Oh, true.
But
is it gonna hit harder or is it gonna hit
softer? More control, more spin than your Flare Prime X.
All right.
Softer feeling. That paddle excels in like spin and placement. It's more of a control paddle.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's go. We'll stack you on the left, big dog. How about that?
First off, if you are a person that tends to hit balls out past the back line, hit your drops too far, and you can't seem to just drop it right over the kitchen because you keep popping it up, I recommend a control paddle, spin control paddle, something like this. I noticed very quickly I could hit this specific shot with this paddle that I normally couldn't hit. I found myself being able to drive the ball almost like a drive drop, where I would hit the ball like a drive, but it would drop just over the kitchen line. So one of the things that with this paddle is that if you're playing against slower players that when they return the ball aren't gonna get to the kitchen line super fast, this is a really good paddle because when you drive it at them, it almost doesn't get all the way to them. I found it dropping like right at their feet.
Oh, wow, what a spin and control with the Flow Swift. Okay, I'm liking the drive. I'm really liking the drive on this thing.
I'm not a paddle nerd in a technical sense. If you want to know the specs, here are the specs. Pause. I was talking to my good friend Justin about this actually, and he basically encouraged me, hey man, if you're gonna review paddles and you're not a techie guy, don't pretend to be a techie guy.
You can mix in like reviews just from an everyday guy. You'd be like, hey, look, I don't know all the technical stuff, but here's what strikes me about this.
When I share my reviews of paddles, I'm gonna share based off of how it feels to play with rather than necessarily the technical side of them. I do like the longer handle. I'm a big fan of long handles because when I'm gonna do a two-handed backhand, I like to have almost my whole right hand and left hand on the handle. I really don't like it if my hand is like halfway off. It's really annoying to me. It is a little bit longer than the Flare Prime X, which I think if you maybe are shorter, have shorter arms, having a longer paddle is necessary. But for me, I like the wider feel. I feel like there's less room for error when you're hitting with a more wide paddle. I like how gritty the paddle is. All of the NEONIC paddles that I've used have been super gritty. Most of the feedback I get from other people when they're playing with me is like, dang, your paddle has so much grit on it. You can listen to it. Oh, the other thing I was gonna say, yeah. I like to keep this paddle in my backpack because if I'm playing against a few guys that are hitting the ball really hard, I like to have a paddle that's a little bit more soft. Here's a big problem I have. When I'm using this paddle or a power paddle and I'm at the net, I'll often hit the ball too hard rather than just like blocking. Something I'm really working on is trying not to like swing at the net in hands battles, but rather just like to put the paddle up and block it.
I got it. Here, stay. This guy. Let's go.
If you have a hard time like with hands battles and you're constantly like knocking it out or hitting it too hard in that battle, getting a softer paddle, less power, more control is a better option. Overall, I love it. I think it's a great paddle. I'm gonna keep using it, testing it out. But this is like a journey for me. There's tons of guys out there. I would recommend guys like Justin if you want all the technical stuff. I haven't used a ton of paddles, but I'm looking forward to testing out more.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, geez. Good game. Good game, boys.
Again, I highly recommend NEONIC. As a brand, they're really, really good people. I've enjoyed working with them. If you want to check out those paddles, you can actually, I do have a discount code that you can check out in the description. I'm excited to do more pickleball stuff. I've really enjoyed making the videos on Instagram, the shorts on Instagram, just showcasing like all the authentic moments. And if you're watching this and you're into pickleball, comment. I'd like to kind of start to engage with people about pickleball. I've found that this community is super exciting and just, it's a really, really fun community. So I'm looking forward to kind of being a part of it. And for that, that is my first ever paddle review.